Hey, side issue, San Antonio newspaper, The Current, great paper. You know, they've moved the new cybersecurity NSA snooping hub for the American people, one of the big ones, to a giant facility in San Antonio, and it's got barbed wire around it and all that. If you take a picture, the NSA will run out without warrants on city property outside, grab you, steal your stuff. I think I'm going to go down there. Listen, you dirty crooks that work for offshore banks. We know you spy on every email, every fax, everything. You're engaging in crimes. You surveil us. You look through your walls. You're putting up your high-altitude blimps. You work for offshore banks, the National Reconnaissance Office, CIA, Defense Intelligence, your data mining, your Total Information Awareness Network, run by the criminal Admiral Poindexter. When Congress said shut it down, he illegally kept it open. You make us sick. And it just makes my head spin. This government is so illegitimate and so criminal. Land of the free, home of the cowards, yeah. Land of the cowards, home of the slaves. Until we stand up and say no. This is a big data mining, giant facility to read all your emails and everything without warrants. And then they admit, NSA people admit, they sit around listening to you having phone sex with your wife. Or they dial in using the phone, even when it's on the receiver. They dial in and listen to you having sex, listen to you on the toilet, and they just sit around laughing all day. It's a bunch of criminals who then lie all these years saying they're not listening to you. And they're there to make sure America falls to the bankers. And they've had the cybersecurity run by the Air Force and the NSA say their job is to attack blogs and websites and go after bloggers that disagree with them and, quote, kill American citizens if need be. One of their colonels is on record saying they're going to start killing us. So everybody needs to know where these criminals are at. And they will send the NSA out at you. Put this up. The Panopticon economy. The NSA's new data mining facility is one component of a growing local surveillance industry. We should all go have a protest out there and just sit there with these criminals and force the issue. Here they are illegally spying on us, engaging in all their crimes. I was down in San Antonio at gunpoint once. We were filming Delta Force at Fort Sam Houston. They just done a big drill there. They tried to bribe the police chief. I went and interviewed him. They're total criminals. And MPs come up and put a gun to our chest, but we were on base. This won't be on base. Your precious little crime center down there. Surrounded by barbed wire fencing on both sides, don't get in or out. The anonymous yet massive building on West Military Drive near San Antonio's Loop 410 freeway looms mysteriously with no identifying signs of any kind. Surveillance is tight. The security cameras surround the under-construction building. Readers are advised not to take photos unless you care to be detained for at least 45 minutes, interrogated by the National Security Agency, and as this reporter was. Yeah, offshore criminals. In fact, go to the actual article, the Panopticon economy. Let's put it up on screen. In fact, just Google that building. We'll give everybody a shot of that. And it's ridiculous. They know Google. They know satellites. They know anybody can get photos that are hidden. It's about letting you know. Like the Washington Post reported, they've got a DARPA facility in D.C. Anybody out taking photos of their kids or dogs? You know, people got cameras. Oh, taking a picture of their buddy there at the bus stop. Cops run up, grab you, drag you off. It's about letting you know you're a slave, letting you know you don't take photos in America. But they put up cameras, and this facility also runs the face scanning cameras on street corners, the heat resonance that know your heat signature, the cameras that scan and read your license plates without warrants. Just all part of the big. They're also building a level 4 bioweapons lab to create weapons to kill us down in San Antonio and to release into the vaccines. And they got a bunch of do-gooder, shaved head morons working there. I have no idea how criminal this government is. There it is. The Panopticon economy. San Antonio Current. They've done reports on us. Yeah, that's it. When I get some time, I'm going down there. NSA's going, oh, look, he says he's coming down there. That means we can get NSA extra funding on him to run ops. Hey, I don't care what you criminals do to me. I'm good. I'm decent. I'm not drug dealing child kidnappers like you. It's come out in congressional hearings that you run giant child kidnapping rings and help cover it up. The NSA is there to supply little kids for Arabs and foreigners to rape them and blow their heads off with 45s. has been reported in the Italian news with the snuff films our government produces. That's what you are, a bunch of murdering criminals here to destroy America. You work for the illegitimate Federal Reserve that's announced it's above the law, that's preparing to shoot the American people up with more cancer viruses. And you idiots will go shoot your families up with the cancer viruses and love the fact they flop around and die later because you're cowards. You're all good patriots, real conservative, with all this gun grabbing going on. You're a bunch of felons with Admiral Poindexter. I just can't handle it. In America, red, white, and blue, you go down in a major giant FEMA camp complex. That's really what it is. With a bunch of goons setting up their big data spying, data mining criminal operation, and they come out like you couldn't drive by with cars with video cameras all day, like people don't know where it is, like it hadn't been on the news, like real terrorists exist. The NSA had all the intercepts on 9/11. Your bosses staged the attacks. Don't use the stinking terror. See, you used to stage your stinking terror attacks in third world countries to go in and, we're just overthrowing these dumb brown people. But now you're doing it here, aren't you, to the Republic? I mean, where does it end? Did you find the Washington Post article? Punch that up on screen for folks. Show them the facility. All you got to Google is, it was all over the news last week. I didn't cover it. I should have. I want to get the guy on it. Happened to. I told the producers. Takes a photo of this big giant apartment building complex in D.C. and they run out and grab him. And he's suing them, by the way, now. And it turns out there's no law. It's just made up national security. They'd love to grab you and rip your teeth out with pliers. That's what they are. The pedophile criminal murderers join the government so they can do this. They hate you. It has nothing to do with security. It's about letting you know you're nobody but somebody to work for them till you're 50 and then die of cancer they injected you with. It's like man detained for taking photo of building. Washington Post. That was last week. I see it every day. And I've had it happen to me in England and been put in their terror databases because they are terrorist criminals robbing and stealing everything. Coming up, I'm going to finish the clip. You're about to pass bills to regulate and tax and do home inspections and tax all carbon. It's been all over the news. It's Washington Post. Man detained. Oh, now I'm going crazy. Let me think of the exact headline. Exact headline. It is now illegal to take photos of buildings in D.C. But there's no law, but they have weapons. And it's their country, and they're going to ship the coke and heroin in, and your kids are going to use it and go to their own prisons. And they're going to make your kids take Ritalin and Prozac. And they're going to take your guns, and they're going to hurt you. And they got a lot of stupid goons who like to push people around and aren't real warriors that like to pick on innocent people. And they enjoy just destroying the Republic. Just filth. Yes, there it is. There it is. Washington Post. Secret buildings you may not photograph. There's the Washington Post right there. Secret buildings you may not photograph. DARPA. I am sick of you, criminal filth, trying to domesticate us and intimidate us and set the precedent that we're your slaves so your offshore banker masters can suck us dry. Stop being traitors. Stop destroying the United States. Stop claiming you're patriots. I just see stuff like this and it makes me mad. And I'm already wound up over the Federal Reserve dictatorship and saying Congress has no authority over the coining and issuance of currency and money. I go to events and they have the Army watching us, and it's now in the news. The Army follows us around when we go protest the Federal Reserve and Ron Paul. You're criminals. You're in the wrong. You're bad. Got it? Get it through your head. But see, they hire these little nobody scumbags and people used to torturing people and spying on people in Iraq, and they're bringing them all back here to do it to us. You are trash. You are scum. You're worse than Stalin. You're as bad as Hitler. You're as bad as Lenin. You're trash. You're filth. You're Maoist crap. You're pieces of un-American trash. Get the American flags off your car. Stop putting Browning stickers, deer hunting stickers on your car. Swaggering around. You're an American. I know who you people are. You're a bunch of trash on power trips. And I swear we're going to bring you to justice when we take this country back. We got to make sure you all get in trouble for what you've done. Because you'll just come right back like cancer. God, they go on ABC News and brag how they listen to you have sex with your wife and sit around laughing. The NSA guys literally just sit there in their offices masturbating. I mean, that's just a bunch of scumbags masturbating is what the NSA is. And covering up. Local cops are about to bust a government child kidnapping ring. NSA comes in to stop. Somebody catches government shipping drugs in. NSA finds out, comes in and blocks the investigation. It's all to make sure their crimes continue. And spying on Congress illegally and running all their scams and MI6 and MI5 spies on the British Parliament. You're criminals. We're going to get you. You're criminals. And a lot of you are just compartmentalized. You just grab the data and pass it up to the sicko eggheads above you.